Peace, 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 peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Hola, ¿qué pasa, mi amores? Mi nombre es el señor Marcos Antonio. Stay. Alaikum salam. Peace and blessings. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. So today, 1/17/2026, coming on YouTube live to show some more patent designs that life has. And this is, as I stated to you guys, the only reason why I'm doing this is because my daughter, I just had a conversation with her again while she at work. And she's still listening to the people who are one step from the cotton fields, one step from the cotton mills, textile plants. And she don't understand the fact of what it means when you have a patent in your name. So the company that she worked for, that she runs right now, they have a patent, okay, on everything that she's in there working for right now. So the conversation my daughter just had was, well, Dad, you've been talking about this for 5 years. And this is what I explained to her when it comes to generational wealth. If you out here showing people stuff, the first thing they're going to want to do is leech on you. So with me trying to explain to this young woman that the reason why she doesn't see anything is because she's so busy chasing something that she already have. So once my daughter finally wakes up, and yeah, I am sentenced to do this on every platform. We strive to change communication within communities before becoming engulfed by violence. Every platform that I'm on, this is there. Everywhere you guys see my freckled face, every live stream, every podcast, every clip, every movie. So as I'm explaining to this woman who is my daughter, she's 25 years old, but she's still my baby. And I'm explaining to her, your father received back pay because of the teachings that I learned that people at Veterans Affairs on the corner of Main Street could not give me. So yes, your father has back pay that these folks in these government offices know about. And I'm explaining it to my daughter that you have a bank in South Carolina on the corner of Main Street and North Evans Street. When I discovered the fraud that Union County School Board was hiding at 200 East Henrietta Street, they gave us a law firm, 201 North Herndon Street, Union. All this stuff is fact. The only reason why the people in Union, South Carolina, 29379 are not understanding it because they still live in a cloth mill mentality. They still think on a textile plant level because the education didn't get an opportunity to go above that. And I've had several people to come sit with me and say that they were able to do positions, but once I asked them to put information on paper, and then I said, well, you go from there, you explain to me, okay, I've hired you as a contractor. Now you tell me what job you're going to go and do in the public. It can be the so-called $25 permit. I mean, I've actually given contractors the $25. I put the money in their hand and I've waited. Okay, well, let's see if this person's serious. And one of them just left a couple of days ago. Yeah, I want to get your contract. That's why I've already explained it to the Hardys in a union. Look, man, I'm being respectful and faithfully, humbly when I say this. Please don't come around me talking about Kemper Hardy, man, because y'all don't know who that dude was. You don't know the legacy that he has. And that's what majority of them coming around want to know. What was my great grandfather like? It's not my fault that you can get to know him. And I'm basically explaining to you guys, you don't understand what it takes to act form a union. The ones you sitting in South Carolina right now, 29379, who think that you're judging me on the other side of the Samsung plug. As I stated, I gotta promote every time I film, I have to give a plug to Samsung because they gave us some funding for what we actually doing right now. As I stated, most individuals who come from the textile plant they're not familiar what it takes to form a union. And you're actually seeing of a union right now. Cousins who were joking around last year said, he don't even know what it takes to form a union. But guess what? That's why they on the other side of that screen watch me do this at home and getting paid for it. When you understand how this stuff goes, man, COVID changed how everything is did. You can actually sit at your house is get paid millions of dollars for disclosure fraud cases in union. Right now, as I stated previously, we do have a law firm at 201 North Carolina 29379 because there were certain people who were caught. There were certain board members committed perjury by trying to hinder a concerned citizen. So if you with South Carolina's, no student left behind. Okay, so going forward, before this next school board meeting, you guys are going to hear some things, see some things, and as I stated, it's going to be up to you to decide if people who govern you at the school board, if you still going to let them do it because they're up there committing perjury and they're trying to use the public safety to bully nonprofit organizations out of the community. So they have a select few organizations that they want to deal with. And as I've already stated now, I've given you some specifics of permits on other websites that they said that I gotta have to do business. So so this is what I'm explaining to you guys on YouTube today, 1/17/2026. My daughter at this moment does not understand that she's a billionaire because she's still running back and forth to these people's jobs. And it's stemming from a generational curse of family members not understanding wealth. So, as I stated, I'm going to continuously to show you guys the patent that we have in South Carolina. The treasurer does not own our patent. We own our union patent. Look, our Union, South Carolina patent. We own it. No treasurer has rights to it. We own that. So therefore, that's how we were able to establish our banking systems. Those shirts are $10 on the stock market. You can purchase those shirts for $10 on the stock market. I'm just being transparent with you guys right now because my daughter's not getting it. The steel toe boots, they'll be pretty soon. I'm not for sure how much we're going to charge for those, but right now you can purchase these shirts on the stock market for $10. These are facts that that are not able to be denied. The Carolina Panthers, excuse me, y'all, for scratching my nose. The Carolina Panthers, they heard our pitch a few years ago. Just last year, we can be on the side of this camera, and that's why you guys see us with this Panthers hat on. Once you realize the embezzlement that goes on between North Carolina and South Carolina as far as the funding not reaching to union, it pretty much changes how the revenue streams happen. So this is what I'm currently explaining to certain individuals in 29379. If you know your laws and as far as abandoned properties, dilapidated properties, and what's supposed to happen construction wise, first of all, Grill Record Service should not have moved my van from 200 East Henrietta Street because it's a school. That's a felony right there alone. When he moved my van off that property, he was committing a felony. He knew this in his mind. There is nothing legally he can say to justify removing a van when he goes to the church. You can go look at a church. You can go look at a church where the USC Upstate is, and you'll see a shuttle van back there as well. So this is what I'm saying to the community of 29379. You guys actually sitting on the other side of my Samsung, and you're trying to judge Mark Anthony Coleman, Namilock Cram, and you guys are not looking at the actual facts of how these people violating your civil rights, because they're not going to violate mine with their old teachings as far as what they want to believe. And I'm being transparent with you. That's why I have a claim right now on Grill's Record Service, because he's case. All he has to do is just go put my mother's van back at that property. And that's all I'm asking him to do. The same I have private investigated him removing it. And I'm telling this man on YouTube right now, you've already committed a felony against a veteran in the upper state. And I'm legally able to film this. I'm actually telling these folks that they commit perjury, fraud, and felonies. And they still saying to the community in 29379, we don't care. He's not able to prove. And this is what I'm telling them guys. Look, Leave me and my children alone, because I do not have to show you guys how healthy my children are. Okay, so behind these screens, behind the Samsung